frustration. I am struggling. And that camera is for shit. I got nobody here. And I struggled to get on. I am now on. I think I'm live. I'm going to try to figure out if I can see myself, which I can't. All right. So here's the deal. I'm just going to let it run. If you got any issues with the volume, the picture, let me know. Hello, everybody. My name is Brent Barlow. I am a 58-year-old male, born and raised in Southern California, registered independent, not a very good voter, but I do have a degree in political science. I practiced law for about 30 years in Los Angeles. Having been born and raised in Los Angeles, there are any number of family and friends who are involved in the entertainment business. I've got a lot of opinions. There are going to be people who watch this who know me. There are going to be people who watch this who don't know me. But allow me to declare in this moment what I'm doing. I have a number of personal philosophies, including do not say. That idea is essentially your actions speak so loudly that what your words I just can't hear. Okay. All that matters is the act, the action, not the intention, not the hope, not the want, not the desire, not what I say, not what I apologize for. It is what I do. Do not say. A second personal philosophy I want to put out at the outset is hashtag unapologetic authenticity. I am me. And again, if you know me, you know me. If you don't, maybe you'll find out who I am. But the benefit of age is the gift of perspective, experience, maturity, and hopefully a little wisdom. My wisdom begins with the knowledge that as powerful as I feel and as smart as I think I am, there's a lot I don't know, and therefore, again, planting my flag at the outset, I will declare that I am asking for everyone's assistance. If you hear my message and you think that it resonates, if you think what I have to share, certainly not sell, but what I'm offering, what I'm inviting is attractive, then I extend the right hand and invite you into what we've got going on. The last or the third item that at the outset I want to make very clear is this idea that it is more valuable that I show you than I tell you. And I will never, ever ask anyone to do anything that I'm not willing to do myself. So those three things, do not say, unapologetic authenticity, and show me, don't tell me, is where I want to start. Because I am declaring myself an agent of social change. I am a loud guy with a lot of opinions, not everyone's cup of tea, and I will highlight as we go forward any number of people who are just out there, putting themselves out there, doing it, and finding an audience. They've got a voice, and there are people who want to hear it. Okay. I have a lot of opinions on a lot of topics. And again, I want to invite debate. I want to invite discussion. if you will, my vision for the balance of my days is what I call vision 2S's, vision SS. It is the marriage of vision and mission. It is my mission to amplify human harmony through arts and education in order to create a condition that a global grassroots effort can be fostered, empowered, launched, and impact, make a difference so that we can have a world that we are happy to hand to our children. Because right now, I don't think I'm uncomfortable with the trajectory of the flight currently. So that is all to say that, I went to my daughter's open house last night where every single uh, uh, educator, every single staff member proclaimed the idea of lifelong learning. And if there is nothing more valuable, it is the act of an open mind. And when married with a little effort, when mixed in with civility and facts where appropriate, not opinions, where you may notice this quote or recognize this quote. Sprinkled in a pot of assuming no thing, expecting no thing, taking no thing personal. Where people offer their word with impeccability. Because at the end of the day, if I can't rely on what you and I have discussed and decided, what good is it? Some people like to just chat, talk, maybe make things up, whatever. And that's fine. And I love and support all of my friends and family who do that. I just have a hard on when somebody advances an opinion and professes it to be a fact, because that's where a lot of tension arises and disagreement. So this idea of lifelong learning married with some effort, I've done it in the past and I'm going to do it again as part of this daily deal. But there are any number of issues going on right now. I just can open up my email, turn on the radio, go to TikTok to see anything that is currently grabbing our attention. And hey, man, people are interested. My biggest challenge, truthfully, is that I do suffer from a few obvious untreated conditions. So I'm a little out there, a little crazy, and I've been characterized as having a fairly significant RAM, random access memory, to use a technological analogy, so that I can hold on to a lot of information at the same time. Rude it might be, any number of telephone conversations I've been on, I continued a conversation on the outside. The risk is losing track of one of them, as I did just the other day in a conversation with a dear friend of mine. And I felt terrible after we hung up because I forgot most of what we discussed because I wasn't paying attention. And that is a shortcoming that needs to be worked on. So what I want to do is talk about a wide variety of topics. I want to invite discussion and collaboration. I will be inviting specific folks to join me to have a conversation about this, that, or whatever. I've reached out to, just as a way to start, he's out there right now, a friend of mine from forever ago, Kevin Boyce, USMC, and a guy who I respect, I like, known forever, and I want to hear his opinion about a few things. I've added to the list a few other people that are close to me that I think would be interesting to hear. I added Fred Ryan. I know he's not out on social media, but Fred is a fraternity brother. He was chief of staff for Ronald Reagan. He was co-founder of Publico, editor of the Washington Post, and is currently the chairman of the board of the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. And I think he's got a lot of insight that he could share if I can coax him out. By way of information, the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library has a division, a commission designed to foster civility in public debate. You know, everything old is new again. And at some point, civility was historically appropriate. Now, I'm not talking about Elizabethan propriety, where Puritan values hamstrung folks from denying who they really were, and unapologetic authenticity would never have been appropriate. And there's a number of current communities, societies around the world that restrict the right of the individual to express themselves freely. It's often gender-based. It is often mixed in with religion. It is repression of the human spirit and the human being. And it is a sad and unfortunate thing. So that's something that we'd get into a little bit more a little bit later. There were a couple other people that I did want to mention, but I forgot. Dr. Whitaker, David Whitaker, Esquire, African chief from Cleveland, Ohio, and Accra, Ghana, high school math teacher, where he met and inspired John Wilson, who I'll introduce later, good dear brother of mine. Dr. Whitaker inspired a young John Wilson to pursue his dream as a musician, and he became Sly of Sly, Slick, and Wicked, the First Family of Soul, the James Brown Band of Renown, my soul man who's been on Soul Train, Grammy Award winner, scorer of movies, hyper connector on an international scale, the Pied Piper, loved by all, the sweetest man I know, John Wilson, to become that. And Dr. Whitaker has committed his life to education, to encourage the African diaspora to learn about its past, its history, and its culture. And he is another man that I respect immensely. And Dr. Whitaker is somebody that I'm going to highlight. Would be nice if I could get Marcia Thomas. That would be cool. Marcia is the executive director of United Support of Artists for Africa, USA for Africa. We are the world. We are the children. Which also, do they know it's Christmas time at all? Make still to this day, 40 years later, the millions of dollars. And Marcia and USA for Africa have deployed those funds over the years to causes all over the continent, and she is a light. You are in her aura and you can feel her beauty, her spirit, her power. And I really hope to get her here because she'd be somebody I'd love to introduce you all to. Shoot, this is fun. I'm going to talk about a little bit more about what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to review current events. I'm planning to offer, I don't think, provocative opinions. Like I say, I'm a fairly smart guy. I know what I don't know, and I invite challenge, debate, discussion. Um, if you've watched any of the news lately, no matter where you fall in the political spectrum, you probably support the idea of a free and honest public debate. And I definitely want to encourage anyone who wants to discuss anything to ask, because we're going to build a platform to promote everyone and everything aligned. And that essentially means that, look, there are any number of common problems that we suffer from. Okay. Whether it's that huge picture of the ozone, the hole in the ozone layer that I just saw, which I haven't verified to be accurate, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. Always trust but verify. Or any number of other things that are going on right now. It is absolutely crazy in the world. And I know I have a lot of friends out there who've got some thoughts about it. I'll also be talking about me and who I am. And I am going to wrap it up with this because this is going to end at 20 minutes. I am a very passionate guy. I cry at the drop of a hat. I am not ashamed of it. I don't shy away from it. I don't give a shit. I am a long-time youth soccer coach. I'm a fraternity man. I'm a professional. As I said, I'm a lifelong learner, and I'm a man with strong opinions. I am willing to put myself out there. I am willing to be loud, and I'm willing to lead the charge, but I can only do what I can do. So I invite everyone to help. Anyone who has a thought or input or whatever, I'm going to start here at Facebook. I'm going to post this publicly on YouTube and other channels. But Facebook, I got to tell you, I graduated in 1985. I just went to my high school reunion and my 40th high school reunion and had a blast. Loved everyone I saw. Missed some people, but such is life. And we hit the sweet spot. Our age, it's like we're not too old to really be embarrassed to be on Facebook still. And we're not too young to not be on Facebook. And there are a lot of people here that are on Facebook. So I'm going to use this platform first. I'm going to reach out to YouTube. Anyone who's got any help, I'd love it. The last thing I'm going to mention is, in addition to my personal stuff that I'm going to I'm just going to share who I am, unapologetic authenticity. I'm going to share about my vision. And my vision is currently posted at lavellab.com. It is a mess. It's too much. I'm one guy in his studio on an old notebook computer on a hotspot connection, trying to make it happen. I deal with all the same things that you do: economic insecurity, concerned that I'm not going to be liked, not sure what to do, worried about the misstep. I mean, shoot, we all have those insecurities. But inspirationally everywhere. Proof of concept is all around us. I've told my children, be you and don't worry about anything else. Money isn't the most important thing, but we do need to monetize our efforts. I mean, shit, we got bills to pay, but that's a side issue we'll get into later. Money. Right now, it's about doing, and this is what I'm doing. So thank you for listening. I invite anyone and everyone who's got thoughts to share. But for right now, that's it. Be well, take care. God bless.